Ladies and gentlemen, straight to you from the depths of burning flame comedy comes the one and only improvising machine. He's got it all, yet not a dollar in his pocket. He is your lovable, unfiltered, freedom of speech content creator, Wolfrhymes! Ladies and gentlemen, I am here to tell you that you can be anything you want to be. If you die and go to hell and you stay there a long time and basically you're everyone else's bitch. Because see, you in the beginning when you're in hell, and if you want to be a comedian in hell, no one's gonna laugh at your shit. No, not one. No one's gonna give you no one gives you shit about you. So you either commit suicide and go to hell and practice in hell, or you just you give up and you either like the Chinese chow mein, get real fat, and you just keep trying. And it's not good sometimes. Now, today in the show, I want to show the other ranks, but it's going to take a lot of practice to become the best, because this is episode 2 of Chinese Lone Wolf. It's for those of you that are new, this show has 6 wolf spirits and Wolfrhymes, the show host. So I'm the Chinese Lone Wolf. I'm the first rank outcast, the reject, the one outside, the one in the cold, the one that's freezing to death. So I'm the Chinese Lone Wolf. Above me is the Omega Don Juan. He's the Dos Equis Spanish guy. And me, I Chinese Lone Wolf, I'm a MGTOW. That means men going their own way. I hate stupid fucking bitches. I hate women. I hate them. They always choose stupid fucking faggots to go with. Not me though. But above me is Don Juan, the Dos Equis guy. And he's romantic lover, Latin lover, and he knows about women, and he knows how to make women love him with his money and his heavy cologne. And also, don't expect me to have punchline every single second. If I say punchline, it's lucky. It's just Chinese luck. Like rubbing the belly of Buddha and he gives you a gold coin. When does that ever happen? It never happened. So, back to what I was saying. Dos Equis guy is next. He's the Omega. Above him is the Beta British Wolf. I still have to name all the characters. I don't know yet what the Beta British Wolf name is. Maybe it's I have to look at British name, So he is very proper, polite. He doesn't like to take the risk. He big Chinese chicken. That's what he is. And he's best friend of the Alpha, which is Donnie the Don Alpha Wolf. And his Italian mafioso accent, when he speaks, sometimes he's speaking, it goes high, and sometimes it goes low. I let him speak for himself. Go ahead, talk, Mr. Donnie. Yes, it just depends. Sometimes I go talk real high pitch and, it sounds a little annoying, but, I just try anyway, I don't know too much about mafiosos. I mean, I got Mexican genes. We're bad actors. We're just... But, sometimes I go real low. I go from Alpha to Omega, I go real low. I don't know what to say. It just comes out this way. Especially when I lose at the poker table, it's just real bad, But sometimes when I'm happy, I go up high. It just doesn't, I don't know. This may not be funny, but I'm practicing in front of you. You might say, why am I fucking watching this? Well, why don't you try to do what I do? And then when you're done, look in the mirror and then think about shooting yourself because I'm way higher than you. Anyway, back to the Chinese lone wolf. Let him talk. Yes, and then above him is the super wolf pack leader, the one that changes his W's into V's. I think that's how you do it. He's the German super wolf pack leader, and he sounds like Hitler. You know Hitler, the man that killed all these people. You know, and he was outcast. He was a reject. He was a loser. But look he killed everyone, turned them into Chinese chicken. And then above the super wolf pack leader is the Grandmaster Sensei Wolf. We haven't named him yet either, but he sounds like Splinter from Ninja Turtles. And give me a second. Now we have a new wolf, and this one needs a lot of practice because switching all these voices is not easy as it sounds. And he's the druid, he's the black druid wolf, Steve Harvey. So when he speak, when I go from this one to his voice, it's really hard to switch. It sounds like, what the hell happened? So I'm going to introduce him towards the end of this show, but not yet. I'm practicing the Chinese lone wolf mostly, trying to make him funny and say the things that come out of his mouth. You know, it's like sometimes I'm just gonna be practicing the accent. It's just not funny, but just the sound of it is funny. And I seen this video the other day about how China, they built a Chinese wolf robot that hunts people with the soldiers. You know, they have guns, these mechanical wolf beasts. And you know what they had the nerve to say? I think it was the Chinese Queen of China, I'm not sure. But that Chinese bitch, you know what that Chinese bitch said? She said she says anyone that talk about the Chinese people and make fun of them, that they're going to get scalped by their wolf bots. So I can't make this voice, in other words. You know, I say, fuck you, you Chinese chicken. I kick you in the balls, you Chinese bitch. Even if you like it or not, I know Kung Fu. I could destroy your wolf bots because I got 7 wolf spirits in me. Real wolf spirits, bitch. So I'm not afraid of her, the Chinese Queen of China. I don't give a fuck about you, bitch. I'm not afraid of you. You know what? You can say what you want. You're not gonna get me. I got Jesus Christ and you got a bunch of fucking rice. That's it. You don't got Jesus Christ. You just got white rice. White rice don't even have a nutrient. You're deficient, you stupid Chinese bitch. You can't kill me. You know, I move faster than Bruce Lee. Anyway, I do want to introduce Steve Harvey, but I haven't done that voice in so long that I forget how black people act. It's kind of hard to do black people too. You know, Chinese people, black people, Mexican people, you know, white people are really British in reality. You know, but you know, switching the voices can be tricky. You know, but and then Wolfrhymes, you know, he's the host of the show. He's underneath his Fabian Garcia. Oh, maybe I shouldn't say that, because if I say his name, then China will be looking for him, and they want to turn him into Chinese chicken and Chinese noodle. But you know what? We as America, we need to not give a fuck. Be brave like a lion and a wolf. And we need to fight against the censorship that goes on with AI, the censorship on YouTube platforms, all platforms. We need to fight back. Like Chinese Kung Fu, we need to turn those that threaten our freedoms into a Chinese vegan chicken. Now, I know it seems impossible for you to believe that I was vegetarian before, and I didn't have a sense of humor because everyone was making fun of me in school. I'd come home crying like a Chinese little boy. I used to cry all the time. Elementary school, junior high school, they beat me up for being vegetarian because I believe animal rights. But me as a comedian now, I make fun of jokes, I say Chinese chicken, but when I say that, I'm saying vegan chicken, I'm not saying real chicken. So don't take offense, I love animals. To this day, I go from vegetarian to vegan. Only reason why I am fat, this is the reason. The elites have poisoned me with these. I have to take them for life now. There's no way out. Ever since I take a medication, I grow 100-pound big. When I run, when I do kicks, my belly, my butt, my tits, they jiggle and they wiggle and they wiggle. It's not my fault, And I try to lose weight, but you know what? It's just the medication make me hungrier. I eat a bowl of chow mein and it's like, it doesn't feel like one bowl of chow mein. It feels like a dust of chow mein. I need 5 bowls. So, it's very difficult to lose weight at 40 years old now. I have a metabolism problem. It's slowing down. I need to do exercise, and there's other demonic spirits that are trying to keep me boxed. They're trying to not let me succeed in life. And I'm not talking about the Wolfrhymes angels. Those, they help me. They always fight for me. But, it's just me trying to fight against the world, Not even $1 in my pocket, I try. But the Chinese lone wolf never give up. He keep trying. In the lone wolf, in the wilderness, I know that they look for a mate. They long for a mate. And a lot of times they simp and they simp and they simp, trying to get the females to notice them, but they keep getting rejected over and over, either until they die in the snow or they find one accepting ugly made Chinese woman, and then they finally have babies and then he become alpha wolf. But I don't want to marry an ugly woman. I just don't want to marry an ugly woman. So instead of marrying ugly woman, I am Chinese Kung Fu fighter master until I die, in Jesus Christ's name. And it's okay because Jesus, he say, all have fallen short of the glory of God. I don't care if you have a pastor suit on and you got a whatever you have on, you think you holy shit, I don't care what you say. I only care what Jesus say. And you know what he say? Those that die unmarried, they will obtain the world and become equal unto angels. So you mess with me, one angel can kill 10,000 demons, an army of demons. So don't mess with me. That's what the Bible say. I read the Bible and I try to get the powers because I want to shoot lightning at my enemies in Jesus Christ's name. And since I'm Chinese, I'm learning all kinds of things. I got my how to draw manga book series. I have 70 books, different ones of this series right here. I'm learning to draw, but I know it's Japanese, and I try to take credit because I'm Chinese. I say Chinese cartoon, I don't say Japanese cartoon, I say Chinese cartoon. But see, I'm learning to draw. I'm doing all these drawings, all of these of different characters. I'm learning the anatomy. But besides that, I'm also learning hacking for dummies because, I need to make the Chinese robot Gundam wing. I need to make it now because to save America, I need to save America because I make a Chinese big robot and the Chinese robot, pow, pow, it kill all the Chinese robots in China. So I save America in Jesus Christ's name. So I need to study every day. I don't have time for ugly woman to be in my life. I don't have time for that. I am MGTOW, men going their own way. So, I'm just learning all kinds of things. These are the times where Jesus might come back, or he might not come back. He might just say, fuck this place, man. I ain't coming back. Jesus. So then if he doesn't come back, he could give me power so I could be the Kung Fu master to save America. Maybe. And some people might say, oh, blasphemy, blasphemy. And I say to you, shut up, you Chinese vegan chicken. It's not blasphemy. All have fallen short. You fallen short. I fallen short. I only give my heart, mind, and soul to the Lord. You, my friend, are a piece of shit. And so am I. Like, who gives a shit? So, and then you might say, repent, repent. Shut the fuck up, you vegan Chinese chicken. And I don't mean vegans. I want to be vegan. It's hard to be vegan. You have to be a real man to be vegan. I'm only a real man for 3 years at a time, and then I go back to vegetarian cheese garbage. But I have to fight for animal rights and America's rights. So I need to build a really good Gundam wing, monstrous robot, kill everyone in China. I need to kill you. I'm going to kill you, China. You're going to die. In Jesus Christ's name. You, China, you are the dragon of Revelation, and you're going to die, as it says in Revelation. So don't come after America, because you're the dragon. It says in the Bible, the dragon is put to death. Put to death. I'm not afraid. I have freedom of speech, freedom of expression. You can't censor me. Someone sees me, and someone that sees me will tell someone else, and it spread throughout the whole globe. And you will know my name, the Chinese Lone Wolf. So, I need to get serious about a lot of things, like how I have the hacking book, I'm studying it. This is why I don't upload every single day, 10 uploads a day. I'm just studying the books because I'm ready. I'm ready to build the Chinese Lone Wolf robot. Because and anybody that wants to be a team Wolfrhymes, you could collaborate with me, but you got to be ready. If you're not ready, you're not taking this serious, take your Chinese chow mein back to hell with you, because I don't want you on my team. Now, as I promised, I said that I was going to bring on Steve Harvey, the Black Druid Wolf. Why do I say Druid Wolf? Because Druid Wolves in the wild are known to be dark in nature. They have, they're either black or dark gray. So, Steve Harvey is about to come on. Mr. Steve Harvey, please step forward. You are welcome to come now. Steve Harvey, are you there? Mr. Steve Harvey? Let me set the record straight. Now, let me tell you people, I forget how to do his accent. I may not know how he talks, It may be a cheesy knockoff imitation. And I'm having trouble here with the controls because, Steve Harvey is an old timer, I don't know how this technology stuff works. And this right now, oh man, it just sounds very cheesy, I know. So I need to practice this one a bit, But folks, let me set the record straight. You can go to my Wolfrhymes playlist. You check right there, you go down. No. You go to the channels tab and you go to the acting lion. You will see my acts that I took the time to craft. Now some of them may be a little edgy. You may not be ready for that. You may think, man, this guy too racist. But no, I'm not. I make fun of my own race. You know, I got Mexican genes. I make fun of Mexicans all the time. They're all wetbacks, even me. It don't matter. See, this is why I'm trying to teach the people not to take anything serious. Freedom of speech. But of course, we all get burned by comedy once in a while. I know that. It ain't easy. We all get angry, but that don't mean we need to kill each other with Chinese robots. Now I need to practice this voice and how he does it, because I don't know how Steve Harvey does it. But he got magic in his veins. He's the druid wolf. But I will be back on a later episode, and when you see me, you're gonna see the glory of Jesus Christ living in me. It's just so bad, folks, that Steve Harvey, the real Steve Harvey, gave over his soul over to the Muslims. God, like what? He one of my favorite comedians. That's why I called myself Steve Harvey. But anyway, folks, let me set the record straight. I know I like saying that, but you know what? If you want to be good at comedy, you can't do punchlines all over the place when you're improvising. That's just it's not possible yet, you know? But over time, you see me rise from the ashes. I'll be getting, better at this craft. You see me up on stage, everyone shout my name, but it's a shame that Steve Harvey went over to the dark side. Now he wears one of those turbines. It's like Steve Harvey, one of my legendary comedians, turned into the Green Reaper with that damn turbine on his head. But anyway, I'm the original style Steve Harvey. He used to be a Christian, but now he ain't. He went over to the dark side with those hooded demons, The ones that want women to cover up even their faces. Like, what is going on, people? Let me set the record straight. Anyway, I need to take my meds, so I'll be back later. Yes, Mr. Steve Harvey, he very powerful. He talk loud, He has a mustache so thick that he can, scare anyone in China, because Chinese people, they cannot grow mustache. They cannot grow facial beards. Only Grandmaster Chinese can, But Steve Harvey have a thick, he has thick mustache because, that's how he is powerful, and he have powerful eyebrows too, really thick eyebrows, In China, a man who has thick mustache and thick eyebrows is like God. He's like a Chinese kung fu master. So I really enjoy Mr. Steve Harvey, And like I said, this is no holds barred freedom of speech content. I need to be a hero to the people. Be brave like lions and wolves. Practice your freedom of speech, freedom of expression, and in time, we are going to be brave again. Just watch. And right now, this country is at a down low. Every person is afraid to talk to one another. They're stealing from our power, America, from left to right. What can I say? Most people are turning into rainbow people here in America. And you know what? We need people to straighten the fuck out. We need people to go to war. I can't go to war. I have an excuse. I'm 40 years old. But you can't have people who are rainbow people to go to the army, putting glitter on their guns and screaming like a little bitch when they shoot the gun. You need to man up, It's freedom of speech, freedom of expression is going to get us our bravery back. We need to fight back. Even if you're just one Chinese lone wolf, you have to try. Because that's the only way we're going to make America great again. In Jesus Christ's name. And that's today's show. So stay tuned, y'all.
Don't stay home, you got to live your life unlimited. My faith is limitless, I break open the gates. I just made it to fame, I still have a dream. Bada bada boom, bada bada beam. Gotta move, gotta rock a beat. On the stage till they fucking bow to me. Now you gotta pay a fee if you want me to be the number one artist that brings back the funky beat. And I control the microphone fashion, not average, my music composition magic. Everybody feels a flow, not a fucking punchline. My rhythm kicks your mic to the fucking sky. Your life can become fascinating, but right now you fade into a daydream. You're on the rap wheel and you keep on racing. Go to work, then come home to start training. Don't stay home, put some effort. Come on and socialize, you got a network. Don't get a nervous breakdown and then end up in the hospital, cause you already know it's possible. You died, you made it to Vanilla Sky. It's time to take the stage and the mic. We're gonna live the nightlife and reach for the nice pine.